Hey guys, day 2 of Mars in exact square to Pluto, this clash of the Titans energy that we have going on. And today it is being triggered even more because we have the moon in Taurus who is going to be activating this square by transit to both Pluto and Mars. So there is an internalized way that these energetics are being represented today as well. And this is leading us into what should be quite a profound and transformative weekend. And not only that, you guys, we have the sun moving to Scorpio this weekend, tomorrow, ruled by Mars and Pluto. So, the things that have been being activated through this Mars Pluto square that we have going on are things that are going to continue to carry on throughout the next month while we have the Scorpio energy being discharged by the sun and as we move into Scorpio season. So it's not stopping. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Friday, October 22nd, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook for the weekend. I am going to start by talking about the energetics for Friday, and I'm going to talk about the energetics for Saturday and Sunday this weekend as well. And, the sun is moving into Scorpio, like I said, this weekend. Definitely some energetic shifts going on in the midst of this really huge clash of energy that we have going on right now between Mars, the ruler of the battlefield, the spiritual warrior, the divine masculine, and Pluto, the lord of the underworld. So let's get into the energetics for today, you guys. I don't have much time to waste because I have 3 days to cram into one video. So let's get this started. Number one, 12 a.m. on the dot Eastern time. Last night, you guys, this was the exact to the minute square where it came, yesterday all day. Mars was at 25 degrees or 24. Pluto and Mars are both at 24 degrees of their signs right now, and that is what is putting them into the square. But last night, 12 a.m. Eastern, they came to 24 degrees and 22 minutes exactly of their signs, activating the exact to the minute square. So this energy has climaxed. It's come to its highest point. We're playing that out today, and then tomorrow Mars will move a degree, move out of the exact square to Pluto, but right when that happens, the sun is also going to be moving into Scorpio, bringing up both Mars and Pluto energetically and activating that frequency for the next month while the sun transits Scorpio. So it's really interesting because it's like all the breakthroughs that have been going on and the shifting power dynamics and the standing in our power and the recognizing our internal value, everything that has been represented through this Mars-Pluto square this past couple of days is on an energetic level carrying through over the next 30 days now, because now we have the sun activating by sign both of the rulers of Scorpio, who are Pluto and Mars, and to start the sun moving into Scorpio on Saturday, which I will talk about when I get to Saturday, we have Mars and Pluto again being represented. So interesting timing in terms of how things are playing out. But let's get to Friday. Back to Friday, you guys. Okay. So the exact to the minute square came in on the 22nd. And remember, if you were watching my videos from earlier this week, I said there was a theme of 2s and 22s and 222s, the angel number 2, the theme of 2, the numerological significance of 2 being a relevant theme this week. And here we are on the 22nd of October, and we have 2s and 22s like all over the place. So I really feel like this is like telling us that themes of partnerships, relationships, commitment, also weighing options and choices are like emblematic in the energy of today as well, just by the representation of all of these 2s. Anyways, it's the 22nd. We actually have the moon coming to 22 degrees of Taurus today. This exact square happened at 24 degrees and 22 minutes of Capricorn and Libra. We have Jupiter today at 22 degrees and 22 minutes of Aquarius. There's just 22, and it's day 2 I don't know if I said that or not, of this square. So there is definitely a theme of twos, repeating twos, 222s, angel number twos, numerology of 2, 22, master builder, all infused in the energetics of the day for Friday. So if that has some type of significance for you, if 2 is a number for you, if 222 is a number for you, if 22 is a number for you, this day may hold some type of special significance for you. So I wanted to mention that because I'm just seeing 22s, 222s, 2222s, 2s all over the energies for Friday. Also, for Friday, for today, and this is a theme all weekend, but specifically in terms of the energetics for Friday, rebirth and a serious pondering over the true nature of life, generally, the true nature of things, sort of like a philosophical energy coming through symbolically, carrying us through the energetics of Friday as well. And I'll talk about that in a minute when I get to the Sabian symbols. But generally, we had this exact activation. I talked a lot about the meaning of this square in my video for yesterday. So if you missed that video, you may want to look back and check that out because I really went over the different dynamics of how this Pluto square Mars energy could be playing out. I'm going to talk about it, of course, again today, but not in as much detail because I have 3 days to cover in this report. But generally, the way I'm seeing this, it really is like I said, the clash of the Titans, a face-off between the divine masculine and the lord of the underworld. The divine masculine is trying to take back its kingdom, regain its power through self-empowerment, breaking us out of toxic situations, toxic loops and patterns and cycles in our life that are preventing us from being able to connect to the truth and the value of what's really in our heart, that then empowers us to break ourselves out of situations that are keeping us from being able to come into our true potential. Yesterday was very much like a feedback loop, sort of masculine and feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine energies, sort of like feeding into and empowering each other to come to a place of this like internal value and internal self-empowerment to face off with the darkness essentially in our lives and the things that enslave us and like the addictions and the toxic behaviors and the negative, like I said, patterns and circumstances and loops that we find ourselves in our lives as a result of, not feeling good enough or feeling empty inside or not truly recognizing the worth and the value of what we hold inside and what we can really do with that and the fulfillment that we can derive from coming into our true potential and serving our true potential to others, to the greater good. And that is really what the energetics are trying to help us do right now because we're moving into the age of Aquarius. And in the age of Aquarius paradigm, that is what the world is a society of people who are in self-mastery, in self-empowerment, in self-knowledge, who have transmuted their lower base instincts and ego into a true connection and relationship with the higher self and the intuition and spiritual guidance and spiritual connection and like a genuine wisdom that has come as a result of experience, wisdom gained through experience. All of these things, all of these facets of these energetics that we have been experiencing this week and over the past couple of weeks, it's really trying to refine us all and help us begin to embody these Aquarian frequencies so that we can transition paradigms and move forward into the age of Aquarius. And that is the underlying purpose of what is going on with all of these energetics and all of these activations that are happening right now. But where we're at today is, yesterday, like I said, was just this feedback loop of the divine feminine, the divine masculine energetics working together to help us break through toxic situations, come out of the darkness, come out of things that have been keeping us out of our truth, our true love, our true self-worth, and, our power. And today, this is still happening. This is still ongoing. But today we also have the moon who is currently in Taurus. See, yesterday we also had this. We had the moon in Taurus ruled by Venus, while the sun and Mars and Mercury were also in Libra ruled by Venus, really bringing in the Venus themes and pointing directly to Venus's current position in Sagittarius, asking for truth in love, the truth of internal self-value, and a desire to be liberated to truly get to experience these things in life. And today, we still have this in effect. Both luminaries are in Venus's signs. Taurus and Libra while we have Mars squaring off with Pluto. But today we have the moon coming, like I said, when I looked at this chart at 12 noon Eastern, I always look at the 12 noon Eastern chart when I do these, when I make these reports. The moon is at 22 degrees of Taurus. And, we have Mars, which means that the moon will be moving to 25 degrees of Taurus, which means that the moon will be forming an exact trine to Pluto and also a quincunx to Mars in Libra. So the moon is simultaneously going to be aspecting both of the planets in the square today. So this is, again, it's emphasizing Venus and Sagittarius. So we know that whatever is going to be the result of this is liberating us to truly experience the freedom and love, to experience the truth of our love that we really desire. But, there's definitely like an internal alignment going on today in terms of these changes that are happening. The moon in Taurus is making a trine to Pluto. And the moon is a trigger planet because the moon rules our feelings, our internal environment, like what is going on the inside, our emotions. And there is an emotional alignment today with Pluto in Capricorn. There's an emotional alignment with the deep, profound purging, regeneration that needs to go on in order so that we can come back into our power. And the moon will also at the same time simultaneously be aspecting Mars in Libra. And this aspect is a quincunx. So we may actually not be feeling very comfortable with the changes that are taking place right now, but there is it's not a comfortable thing for us, but it's like in our heart, in our emotions, in our feelings, we know that it's the right thing. We know that it's the proper alignment. We know that things are falling into place in the way that really resonates with us on like a deep internal soul level. Although we are not comfortable taking the actions that need to be taken right now. They're not making us feel like warm and fuzzy inside, but there is still this intuitive knowing that things are falling into place and they're going in the right direction, and we can't deny it. So that's sort of how I'm seeing this moon aspect today. And of course, like I said, the moon is a trigger planet. When the moon is making an aspect, it has a tendency to really cause things to happen. And so yesterday was the start of this energy, but I actually, especially considering we had the peak, the exact to the minute activation happening last night, and now we have the moon making an alignment with it today, I really feel like today may actually be the more intense out of the 2 days of this energetic activation, because again, the moon is a trigger for things to happen. And so, any tension that may have been building yesterday in terms of any action that needs to be taken to stand in our power and to shift power dynamics may actually be triggered into action today. So that's sort of how I'm reading this, with the moon coming into aspect with both the planets in square today as well. We also, you guys, interesting. I'm going to start talking about the Sabian symbols now, so let me do my little disclaimer. And I also want to say, for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy and excited to have you here. And for those of you who don't know what the Sabian symbols are right now, you will when I get done saying this. What they are is a group of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. Whenever there is a planet at a specific point discharging a degree, making an aspect, we can look to the Sabian symbol and read the Sabian symbol, and it really just gives us more information about why is this aspect happening in the context of this grand unfolding astrological drama that is constantly carrying us through time and space, and right now on a trajectory into the age of Aquarian paradigm frequencies coming through. So I always like to look at the Sabian symbols because they just give us more information about why these aspects are happening in the context of the overall story. And there's some very interesting Sabian symbols in effect for the energetics today for Friday. Number one, I want to talk about the position of Venus. Venus is at 17 degrees of Sagittarius today, which is an Easter sunrise service. And I find that to be very telling and very significant because remember, Mars, right? We are still in the Libra cycle right now. Even though the sun is about to move into Scorpio tomorrow, we are still in the Libra new moon cycle, which is ruled by Venus. Both luminaries are in Venus's sign today for this epic face-off between divine masculine and lord of the underworld. So at the end of the day, all the energetics right now are actually all working towards Venus's purpose. And Venus today is at 17 degrees of Sagittarius. Again, Venus in Sag is all about true love, true value, and the liberation, being truly free and liberated to express and experience those things. And at this degree, an Easter sunrise service, this is definitely telling us that everything that is happening right now, specifically because it is speaking to what's going on with Venus, everything that's happening right now is for the purpose of a rebirth. Oh, there goes my light. Oh, sigh. For a rebirth and a celebration of the rebirth and the victory of the light being born again out of darkness. And I mean, it makes sense. The lord of the underworld, the divine masculine, and it's Venus is telling us that we are going to be victorious. Now, again, this is not a process that is wrapping up this week. This is like a climax and a midpoint in this process, but we're not really going to truly begin to see the actual results of this process until we get through the end of this current astrological year, which, it's going to take us through March before we really begin to see the outcomes of what is transpiring now and start to understand, the silver linings in it all. Okay. But I'm telling you, wow. Things are not going well. Whatever difficult things are transpiring for you in your life right now, I'm telling you, it is for the purpose of a celebration of rebirth, a victory of the light being born again out of the darkness. Whatever is happening right now is happening to liberate you, to be reborn, and to experience a much greater level of truth, fulfillment, and love in life. And it is very apparent with Venus at 17 degrees Sag and Easter sunrise service for the energetics today. Also today, we have the sun at 30 degrees of Libra. The sun will be moving into Scorpio tomorrow. That Sabian symbol is 3 mounds of knowledge on a philosopher's head. We also have Mercury today at 12 degrees of Libra. Miners are emerging from a deep coal mine. We also have Chiron at a teacher giving new symbolic forms to traditional images. And we also have Mars for this square with Pluto. The exact square is happening at 25 degrees of Libra. And that degree is the sight of an autumn leaf brings to the pilgrim the sudden realization of life and death. And all of these 4 Sabian symbols to me are really indicating that today is actually a day of very serious pondering over the nature of life and death and reality, and what is the true purpose and what is the true priority and what is really meaningful and what is the true value in things, the true nature of things. Pondering and seeing into the depths of things today and philosophizing about life and reality. And now that we have Mercury direct, especially at this degree, miners emerging from a dark coal mine, things may be being brought to light. And, the teacher giving new symbolic forms to traditional images, the positioning of Chiron right now, we're seeing things from a new perspective and we're thinking deeply about things. And then the 3 mounds of knowledge on the philosopher's head, we're really considering what we've learned and the truth about mind, soul, and spirit, or body, mind, and spirit, and just the holy trinity of it all. We're really considering and philosophizing about what are our philosophies, what are our beliefs, what are the new conclusions that we're coming to, how are we really seeing things, what are our true priorities and our true values at this point in time, and what is the real meaning of life is sort of what we're thinking about today as we're going through this process of breaking patterns and breaking cycles and coming back into our power and realizing the truth of our value. It's we're reconsidering, even how we consider what we consider the true meaning of life to be with all of these aspects in effect. And Mars for this specific activation, the sight of an autumn leaf brings to the pilgrim the sudden realizations of life and death. And then Pluto is for this exact square a store filled with precious oriental rugs. So it's like we're really considering, the impact of the value that we hold inside of us and how it affects our life and our experiences and what is the purpose of it all. And, coming to new realizations about what our priorities are based on these deep thoughts that we're having today in the midst of all of these other energetics. So I thought that that was interesting as well. Just this very much rebirth energy. Pluto rules rebirth as well. And so does Scorpio, regeneration, rebirth, purging things out, the Phoenix energy, and the serious pondering over the true nature of things really symbolically being represented today. So I found that to be kind of significant, It's just like another aspect of what is driving this whole process. Also today, you guys, I am very pleased personally to announce that Saturn is moving off of 7 degrees of Aquarius, where he has been for the past almost 2 weeks, which is the degree of my sun. And I'm so happy about this. He's moving to 8 degrees of Aquarius. This degree is beautifully gowned wax figures. And now that we have Saturn direct, and now that he is officially moving forward, it's like he is asking us to mold beauty into the forms and structures of our lives going forward at this degree. The things that we are building right now, he wants them to be beautiful, and he wants that beauty to be able to be displayed. Whatever we're creating, whatever new foundations that we're laying, he wants there to be just an air of beauty and something that just draws our eye, just he wants what we're building in our life going forward to be something that we find to be beautiful. So we are molding beauty into the new foundations that we lay going forward, considering that we are now breaking out of pretty much everything that has defined us up until this point. And Saturn, the builder, the ruler of time and karma, wants our future path to be built and infused with beauty, molded with beauty. So that is another aspect of the energetics that are going on today, aside from the big Mars and square to Pluto, and then obviously having the moon come in and trine and activate Mars and Pluto as well today. Let's move on now and talk about Saturday. That's pretty much what I have to say for Friday. Let's talk about Saturday. Now, Saturday, okay, it's just so interesting because, like I said, the sun is going to be moving into Scorpio on Saturday. Scorpio is co-ruled by Mars and Pluto. And so on Saturday, Mars will also be moving a degree and ending the exact to the degree square between Mars and Pluto, although it's still a 1 degree orb square, and this is still a very tight square that is in effect. But really, what this is kind of telling me is that the sun is picking up where Mars and Pluto left off. So whatever has been activated for you or, in the world by this Mars-Pluto square that we have today and that we've had yesterday, and that was also active and, very close over the full moon in Aries, which is ruled by Mars. These same themes are going to be unfolding throughout the course of the Scorpio cycle. While we have the sun in Scorpio, when we get to the new moon in Scorpio, whatever began being activated with the Mars and Pluto square there's going to be a lot of light shed on it, and it's definitely going to be being activated while we have the sun transiting Scorpio now, which rules both Mars and Pluto. It's like these energetics aren't letting up, they're actually being highlighted now going forward. So even though the square is moving apart, we have the sun right now coming in and saying, hey, it's time to talk about Mars and Scorpio and Pluto and Scorpio. It's time to shine a light on Mars and Pluto. And what have we had going on with Mars and Pluto? That type of thing. You know what I mean? So very interesting. Also, we are moving into black moon energy this weekend. On Saturday, the moon will move into Gemini. We have the black moon in Gemini right now. Whenever the moon comes into the sign where the black moon is, or the sign opposite the black moon, it activates the black moon frequencies. This is our shadow side issues, our fears, our insecurities, the things that we don't really want to look at or don't realize are going on, but are actually having a very significant role in our experiences and the circumstances in our life. It's the subconscious issues that sort of control us. But simultaneously, these are also the exact same things that we have been working to alleviate and to break out of over this past week. So it'll be interesting to see how these black moon dynamics operate this weekend. But we are heading into black moon energy this weekend. And so I wanted to say it may be a heavier weekend. There may be some fears and shadow side issues sort of rising to the forefront this weekend. And that again is just because the black moon is being activated. But with the moon also moving into Gemini on Saturday, the moon will be coming into a conjunction with the North Node. The North Node rules our collective destiny, the path forward, our evolutionary trajectory of our souls individually and collectively. And right now with the North Node in Gemini, it's really about us expanding our mind, learning new things, gaining all types of new informations, new perspectives, new mindsets, new understandings, and being able to release and let go of outdated belief systems with the South Node in Sagittarius. But with the North Node currently at 2 degrees of Gemini, this Sabian symbol is Santa Claus furtively filling Christmas stockings. And it really is talking about gifts and blessings coming to us. And there is, with the position of the North Node right now, it's really indicating that our future path is an open stocking waiting to be filled with gifts and blessings and abundance. And this is what we have to look forward to once we can make these changes, break these cycles, break these loops, come into our own self-empowerment through the acknowledgement of the truth of our self-love, our self-worth, our internal value, what's truly important to us, and the power that actually represents and holds. And then, stepping into that. Once we can go through this process, universe is letting us know that there are gifts from God, gifts from the heavens that are waiting for us. And today there's actually an emotional alignment with the new direction we are going. This may also, because the moon, our emotions, our internal environment, how we're feeling is coming into an exact alignment with that North Node. This may also trigger some type of fated events or things happening to sort of move you, urge you, push you in a certain direction. And especially with all of this Mars, Pluto that we've had going on this week, Saturday may be a day where some really strange things or just like fated things seem to be happening in order to break you out of a situation, move you in a new direction. Santa Claus furtively filling Christmas stockings, silver linings for sure, and blessings and gifts coming in, although honestly we may not perceive them that way as they're happening, because it's going to take a level of growth and time and processing and other things falling into place to truly understand the blessing that was held in these occurrences. But fated things potentially happening on Saturday that are pushing you in a certain direction. And if you feel yourself being pushed in a certain direction and it feels scary and it feels uncomfortable and it feels uncertain and you don't know what the outcome of that path would be, that is the direction you want to go. That is the path that you want to move down. Universe really right now is testing our faith and putting us in positions to make some difficult choices and to choose ourselves and our heart and what we truly value and what we truly love and what makes us feel authentic and free to be ourselves over anything else, really, at this point in time. And this is not about ego. This is not about being selfish. Like, that has nothing to do with these frequencies. This is about being able to be free to live our lives in a way that allows us to cultivate and develop our true potential so that we can serve everyone in our lives better, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves, so that we can care for and nurture and look after and take care of and serve the people in our life and the world around us better. We are leveling up collectively, universally. That's what this is. It's not about being selfish. It's not about feeding your ego. It's about getting yourself into a situation where you can become your best self so that you can be a better person for everyone in your life and the world as a whole, and really up level. That's what this is about. So with the nodes, North Node, Moon coming into a conjunction today, Moon and Sun moving to Scorpio, talking about what's gone on between Mars and Pluto, and also this Black Moon energy. There may be some really big insecurities coming up, but if that happens, it's literally actually telling you that you're in the right place, you're moving in the right direction, you're doing the right thing. your faith may be being tested, but we just need to keep moving forward and hold to the faith that this is the path that is going to lead to the best version of yourself and your ability then to really be there for the people in your life and experience like a whole new level of fulfillment in this life, in this reality. So Saturday, this, like I said, with the moon moving to, or the sun moving to Scorpio, could be bringing up themes of the Mars-Pluto square and activating these energetics, as the sun, of course, is ruled by Mars and Pluto. This entire Scorpio season will carry vibrations of what has gone on recently, as its rulers were in square to each other when the sun entered Scorpio. Actively purging, active rebirth, regeneration will be even more prominent than usual when we have the sun in Scorpio. This is always a time of a metaphorical death and rebirth and regeneration of some kind. But it's going to be even more significantly a theme this cycle, and also shining light into the darkness for sure. Really lighting up the areas that are being implicated in this Mars-Pluto energy, exposing things that have been hidden as well. And this is going to have a lot to do with power dynamics that have been going on behind the scenes, and who has been pulling the strings, like pulling the threads of things, like who has been the actual puppet master that we didn't realize was actually pulling the strings. And now we're seeing it with the sun coming into Scorpio. I have a couple minutes left. Let me get through Sunday. That's what we have really going on for Saturday. On Sunday, we are in more black moon energetics. The moon will also be moving into an opposition with Venus on Sunday. Venus will be at 19 degrees of Sagittarius on Sunday. Pelicans, disturbed by the garbage of people, seek safer areas for bringing up their young. Energy may be heavy on Sunday because of the black moon being, very like activated through the moon being in Gemini. And with the moon opposing Venus, we may be reflecting on what it is that we truly desire and what we truly want in our heart. Like, what is truly in our heart? What do we truly desire? What are we aligning with emotionally that connects to the deepest parts of our heart? And do we need to make changes to protect the things we truly love and value? Pelicans, disturbed by the garbage of people, move their young to safer areas, right? Is there something that we need to change in order to protect like the developmental process and the transformation that is going on inside of us right now, or like the safety and the sanctity of what we truly love? The moon will also trine Mercury now direct, and Mercury is in a quincunx to Uranus on Sunday. So this may be bringing up some really strange or off-putting information. It may be coming strange information, bizarre, weird information may be coming through as well. And it may be a very busy information and communication day generally. We also have the sun on Sunday at 2 degrees of Scorpio, a broken bottle and spilled perfume. This can bring up themes of disappointment with this degree being discharged, but this is also reminding me of like, who is spilling the tea, things coming out, talking about things being brought to light, okay? Information spilling out, and it might be bizarre, weird, and uncomfortable, but definitely things coming to light with this. And again, there may be the sense of disappointment that is going on Sunday as well, with the black moon energy and the sun at the broken bottle and spilled perfume. But really, information is coming out. It may be bizarre and weird, but it may also be what we need to know whether we need to make these changes to ensure the safety of the things that we truly love and care about. So I'm out of time for today. That is what I have for the reports for the weekend. I hope I was able to provide something that can give you guys some type of clarity as we go through this weekend. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends if you think they would be interested, and come back with me on Monday, you guys. I'm sure, have another very interesting week of astrology coming up, and I'm going to talk all about it. So I will see you then. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and see you Monday.